Agreed.
Curious though, to the ladies here, would any of you who maybe bump your oldest guy you would date if it was Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Henry Cavill.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Henry Cavill. There you go. All right. Let's see here. And then I guess going back to you two,
Yeah.
I'm still looking to actually hear an argument as to why it's wrong, though.
I mean, I feel like if you're very old and you're dating, just from my experience, dating like an 18, 19-year-old, you're taking advantage of that person for sure.
How so?
I believe that the majority of people older, at least 10, 15 years older than an 18, 19-year-old, I think they do have a lot more life experience. I feel like it's very rare for an 18, 19-year-old to have a lot of experience unless they're a celebrity and they've come from a certain family backgrounds. But the majority of time, most 18, 19-year-olds are not as confident or really know themselves or what they like, what they don't like. And I feel like older people can take advantage of that very easily.
How would they take advantage of that?
Sexually, or having, using them as kind of arm candy or a way to kind of show off to others that they can get somebody younger. I don't feel like it's really in that person's best interest. I feel like there's something that person wants. That's the only thing I can come up with, at least.
Wait, the
older gentleman or person or woman
what?
too. I don't know, to maybe groom that person to be their perfect mate, maybe. They're still kind of coming into their own. They're still figuring out who they are. And when you're with someone that much older, you can kind of tell them what they like.
Can you define what grooming is in this context?
I would say showing somebody a life and telling them what they like by certain situations.
Wait, so couldn't this be an expectation you encounter in any relationship regardless of age? So don't you teach your partner your likes, your dislikes, and vice versa?
Yes, but usually those people have their likes and dislikes already developed, not someone who's learning what they like and dislike. So if I'm with somebody who is around my same age and they already know what they like and dislike, we have the opportunity to be like, I don't like that, and kind of dip into the void. Where someone who's 18 and 19, like, oh, well, I've never experienced that before, I guess I'll try it. And then you get, I don't know, they get put into a situation that might not be the best for them.
Like what?
Maybe they put their own dreams on the back burner instead of trying to develop what they feel like would be beneficial to them.
What's wrong with that?
Well, if the relationship doesn't work out, you're kind of SOL. I feel like one thing I definitely learned is always have your own money. Like always have your own money. Because when I was dating the older guy when I was 19, he had me quit my job so we can travel. And then if I didn't hear from him for a couple of days, how can I eat? How can I do anything?
Was he paying you an allowance or anything like that? There wasn't like any sugar daddy component?
If I was me now, there would have been stipulations. But when I was 19, I didn't ask for anything. I just was along for the ride. And
wait, so hold on. So were you living rent-free with him?
No.
How long did the relationship last?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. So you're saying you were financially harmed because you were dating him? Is that your...
I would say I wasn't looking out for my best interest. I stopped going to college and getting good grades. I kind of put this adventure that he presented to me as being the important thing when I should have made the important thing making a future for myself.
Couldn't this happen at any age, though? I don't really see how it
I was about to say the same thing. I feel like at any age it can happen. Like, obviously, like, not to the extent of, like, say, like an 18-year-old with, like, a 30-year-old, but still, like, even, like, a 30-year-old with a 50 or 60-year-old, you could still be putting a lot of your own dreams, a lot of your own interests on the back burner of a more successful, more powerful man. You know?
I
Because
think,
there is a power dynamic with the age difference. No matter
No,
whether
absolutely.
you're 18 or whether you're 30, there's always going to be a power dynamic.
yeah, no, absolutely. And I agree with that. But I feel like as someone who is 32, I feel like I've already lived a lot of life and I can have a better
Let me tell you something.
sense.
I'm 38. I'm a different man than when I was 32. You're constantly changing. You're constantly learning new things. What I like now, I didn't like when I was 32. And I guarantee the same thing will happen to you and everyone else in this room. So
Yeah, I can
it's,
see that.
that's just coming from a bit of older man experience here. We're always changing and we're always thinking of different things. So yeah, just don't be too quick to think like that, because it's like Brian said, it's applicable to any age. I feel like just in general, when there's a big power dynamic and a difference in age, it's going to happen either way.
Okay,
Whether
so
you're
you're
18
saying-
or whether you're 30, it's going to happen either way.
Okay, so you're basically saying that you should date in your lane.
If you're dating, yes, you should date. Like if you want to be in line with someone on the same morals, values, life experience, I would say date within a 5-year age
But if you
range.
date somebody who is more powerful than you should step into their lane.
Well, that's normally what happens. You know, whether you like it or not, that's just what happens. It's the power balance, it's the imbalance of power,
Yeah.
to be honest. When a man's like 20 years older than you, has more money, has a far more advanced career than, say, like a 30, 25-year-old woman, it's just naturally what happens. The woman naturally adopts and takes on, what the alpha brings to the relationship, which is a man. So if the man's got like, more money, more assets, more life experience, then the woman is just, by nature, she's going to follow.
But would you be okay with like your partner? Would you support them if they wanted to do something else?
Well, in my situation, my partner's 3 years younger than me, so she has her own career, I've got my own career, I support her, she supports me. In general, if I had a younger partner, it would be a different dynamic, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm successful, I feel like she wouldn't have to be following her own path. She could if she wanted to, but I would offer her a different life and she wouldn't have to be trying to, like, I guess, chase her own dreams and hopes, because essentially she wouldn't have to work. You know what I
True.
mean? So I would offer her that, but if she wanted to do something else, then that's her prerogative. But
Yeah.
in saying that, which is why I think it's important to date within like a 5-year age range. So
Yeah,
it's like you guys
no,
are at the same kind of level, you know?
Yeah, and I totally understand that. But my only problem is, unless that comes with a ring, if somebody dumps you and you don't put yourself at least a little bit first, you're kind of left back where you were. You're back at square one.
So what do you mean by that?
I feel like you got to protect yourself.
How-
Unless you
how
know
would you-
this
how would you protect-
relationship's for real, you got to have your own
So how would
plans.
you protect yourself? What, by having a plan B?
I
or-
would protect myself by making sure that I am investing in myself, so that if something, what happens if you die? Like that person's still got to do something.
It's always important to look after, obviously, yourself first. But like, I feel like when you're in a relationship, if you truly love each other, not like this fake situationships and just like temporary little like flings and all that. If you truly love someone, you know if they're about that life, and
Yeah.
you know if they want, you want
But
to get
when you're
married.
stepping into somebody's lane,
Hold on, you gotta let him finish.
oh, I apologize.
Good.
Go ahead.
It's all right. So yeah, you just want to know, like, you can normally tell these things. So I've been in many relationships. I can tell when a relationship genuinely isn't going to perpetuate into anything more than just, say, like a relationship. And I've been in relationships where there've been so much more, when I'm like, okay, cool, I could actually marry this girl. And there's nothing wrong with either one, but you got to pick them and realize them for what they are. So if you're in one of those relationships and deep down, and we all have this innate like feeling in our gut, we can tell if this person is going to, if they're going to be around for a while. And I guess maybe I'm speaking from experience, but it's just something that you can normally pick up on after
Okay.
you've experienced it, I
Yeah.
feel.
But so let me ask you a question.
Yep.
You mentioned the terms grooming, exploitation when it came to these age gap relationships. Couldn't you make a similar argument towards the younger woman in these cases?
Oh, absolutely.
Because, for example, if they're dating especially old men, typically.
Epstein, bruh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I
So-
feel like,
I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that when the age gap is so significant, typically what you'll see from women is this is a financial angle here. A 22-year-old dating a 32-year-old, there can be love there. But like 22 dating 62, she's probably after the money.
yeah,
Not
no,
always.
not always.
Maybe, but probably.
not sometimes they're just dumb, like
So
I was.
Wouldn't
but
that just be predatory on their end?
absolutely.
And
I
is
feel
it
like women
mutually
date men
predatory?
just for the money all the time. All the time.
Sure. But so
Not for me though. Been there, done that.
But so then who's the more predatory one when it comes to these age gap relationships? Like, is it predatory, for example? Let's say there's a 22-year-old and she's got her eye on Ryan Reynolds, who is, how old's Ryan? He's like 48 or 45 or something.
Is he really?
Let me see his age.
His age is
He's
just-
47. Or he turns 48 in 3 days, October 23rd. Like, wouldn't it be predatory on the young girl's age, the 22-year-old woman,
Yeah.
to be going after Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, absolutely. Because I feel like at that point it's like preemptive. It's like a strike on getting that
It's a
person.
strike?
Yeah, it's like you're thinking about like, unless you're meeting somebody organically, I feel like you're kind of going into it with a certain purpose, and that would definitely be predatory.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you've seen that guy and you go, or let's say somebody goes up to you and you weren't with your current girlfriend and they're like, I know you, I know the money that you make. That is completely predatory. Completely predatory.
Wait, a female saying
Yes,
that
a
to me?
female. Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't think that, to be honest.
If it's like
I feel like it's like the males who like could be like a bit predatory, but I don't know. I can't see like a female like trying to put it on me and then trying to pick me up for my. I don't know. I can't see that, to be honest. I could see it from a man's point of view, like, but it's. How often have you seen a woman who's like older than a man and dating a man, and she's got more power and more money than the guy, and she's putting on the guy and she's got all the power? Like, can you guys name any relationship like that? I don't know. I'm a bit old school. I think it's the men that can be a bit predatory. I don't know if a woman can actually. I don't know. I just don't see it, to be honest.
okay.
You mean like an older woman going after a younger?
Yeah, like a cougar. She's got lots of money. Single divorced woman has all of her ex-husband's money, and she's dating like younger men who are like broke and poor. That could be okay. Sure, that could probably be predatory, but how often do we see that? I think it's more so for the men.
It's more common.
Yeah,
certainly.
it's more common for
It's
the
much
men.
more common.
So I just think that's something that we see more in men, but obviously like there's always outliers, but I'm speaking for the majority here. So I think majority wise it's probably more like a male dominated thing than a female.
I don't disagree with you. I think it's definitely more common in that way, but I think there's just in general a tendency for women, even if there's not like an age gap, like a big age gap, for women to date a little bit older, like 1, 2, 3 years. That's like tends to be the norm.
Pretty normal.
Like you guys are all 18. I don't know if you
18.
Yeah, how old's your boyfriend?
18.
Oh, okay, well you guys are 18. Your boyfriends are all 9, or you two boyfriends are 19. There'll be like smaller age gaps like that. 18 to 19, 18 to 20, 19 to 21, these sorts of things. I think it's just more common in general. Women tend to date up a little bit in terms of age. And I think the average age of marriage, if you compare between men and women, like women, it's 28, I think, and men, it's a bit older. I think it's 30. So I think it's just kind of common in general to see this, and this is probably because
Maturity.
women also, it's not, I don't think it's a one directional thing. I don't think it's one directional thing where you have like these men, they just want to date younger. It seems like
Unless you're
women
Leo
want to date
Leo
older.
DiCaprio.
Yeah, that's a good
He has a
dynamic,
rule.
right?
He's like 25 and you're
cut
out.
off. 25 cut off. So
Oh man.
we'll get to the rest of the pre-show notes here.